politicians, they're hypocrites. Hypocrites at their finest. It's there's a certain party that's out here calling this red party all kinds of names and saying they're doing the most inhumane thing possible. But then when it was they guy that did it, like last year, because the border was getting too hectic. It still is pretty hectic. These same people that are calling for the arrest of these two governors. When I see stories like this and I see people talk about, oh my God, it's so inhumane. They're saying it's trafficking when it comes to their opponents. But when it came to their own guy, it wasn't trafficking. It was sending them to a better lifestyle. And here's the thing, man. These same people that was saying these guys out here are doing inhumane things. They were saying the same thing. They were saying like they will welcome the migrants at the southern border, because if these xenophobic, these racist Republicans wouldn't do it, would not take care of them or welcome them in their own state. They said themselves when it came to New York, when it came to Chicago, when it came to California, all these blue states that claim they are sanctuary states. They said they would welcome these guys with open arms. But now all of a sudden, when these Republican governors, Greg Abbott and Ron DeSantis, said, like, you know what, if y'all want them, y'all can have them, because we not taking all these guys at one time. When apparently, allegedly, they sent them over to these sanctuary states, as they call. Now all of a sudden they don't want them. They don't want them. So, and now you got all these libs. You got all these Democrats calling for the arrest of Greg Abbott and Ron DeSantis. But again, when it came to their young guy, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, that was sending people over to Florida without first class ticket on the plane to some of these red states, they did not peep not one word. They said, hey, they should have them because if they got the great economy and all that stuff, they should welcome them. Now, all of a sudden, again, they calling for the arrest of Greg Abbott and Ron DeSantis for shipping off migrants. They said they want it, and they saying it's human trafficking. Here's the thing, I'm not for this. Okay, I'm not for this. The border needs to be more secure than what it is right now, because what they're doing, especially with the Biden administration just leaving it open for anybody to walk in, and the responsibility is held on Texas, Arizona, and Florida. They asked for help at the certain border. Kamala Harris, Joe Biden. They're not giving a shit because it's not their concern, it's not their problem. But let me go ahead and read y'all this article from the Blaze. Yeah, from the Blaze. Democrats accuse DeSantis of trafficking migrants. Demand Department of Justice prosecution, and the U.S. Attorney speaks out. So let's go ahead and read this. Again, when it was they guy that did it, they was quiet as hell. They ain't call it trafficking. It just goes to show how hypocritical politicians are. Democrats are accusing Florida Governor Ron DeSantis of human trafficking and demand that the Justice Department take action against him. The accusation came on the same day that dozens of migrants arrived in Martha's Vineyard. GOP governors have been sending migrants to sanctuary localities in recent months because President Joe Biden has failed to address the border crisis in which millions of migrants have overwhelmed the U.S. southern border. Governor Greg Abbott, California Governor Gavin Newsom. Speaking of which, wasn't there a blackout for half the damn state in California? Well, the Justice Department demanded the kidnapping charges be considered against DeSantis. And isn't California another sanctuary state? Why? How come he doesn't work on them? Without evidence, Newsom claimed migrants were lured onto the plane that eventually went to Martha's Vineyard, thus accusing DeSantis of operating a fraudulent scheme. Again, when it came to Joe Biden do the same exact thing, they was quiet as hell. They didn't say anything. They just went about their business. Hey, it said, hey, it's not our problem. Give it to the freaking send them out to Florida, send them out to Arizona, send them out to Georgia, send them out to these red states. They didn't care about any of this before, but now suddenly they care. Hey, the midterm election is coming soon, so now it's time for people to call out hypocrisy at their finest. Several of the individuals who were transported to Martha's Vineyard have alleged that a recruiter induced them to accept the offer of travel based on false representations that they would be transported to Boston and will receive expedited access to work authorization. The interstate travel at issue provides a basis for federal jurisdiction over this matter. Accordingly, I strongly urge the U.S. Department of Justice, U.S. DOJ, to open an investigation into possible criminal or civil violations of federal law based on this alleged fraudulent scheme. Especially, Newsom suggested Desantis is guilty of kidnapping and violating the civil rights of migrants, and suggested he violated a law typically reserved for prosecuting organized crime. Democrat Nikki Fried, who campaigned against DeSantis for governor, also wrote Attorney General Merrick Garland requesting an investigation claiming that DeSantis is trafficking migrants. What was all this hatred? What was all this fume? What was all this fire when Joe Biden and Kamala Harris did it at the middle of the night? They went to freaking. They sent somebody over to the southern border late at night with a freaking plane or a bus and sent them over to Florida, and sent them over to Arizona, and sent them over to other parts of Texas. Now all of a sudden, it's bad when the Desantis does it. Again, man, it's hypocrisy at its finest. This is why a lot of these politicians can freaking suck it. Let's skip all that. What does the Biden administration do? Under Biden's leadership, migrants have been transported to cities all across the U.S. because immigration facilities near the border have been overwhelmed by the number of migrants into the U.S. Okay, so although left-leaning PolitiFact tried to downplay the truthfulness of this, the outlet clearly explained the federal government flies adult detainees in its custody from one facility to another, or from one U.S. city to another during deportation proceedings. The U.S. government, in some cases, also flies unaccompanied children who are being released from its custody to a family member or sponsor. The Washington Post also explained both U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement (ICE) and Department of Health and Human Trafficking and Human Services, fly undocumented immigrants to different locations in the United States. To be fair, the same type of migrant transportation happened in the Trump administration. The pace of transportation, however, has significantly increased because of the border crisis. NBC News even reported on the Biden administration plan to send migrants to cities across the U.S. as they await their turn in immigration court. One thus wonders what the difference is between the federal government transportation migrants via bus or airplane and Republican governors doing it. Apparently nothing, because administration officials referred to their plan as Abbott plan. Okay, guys. This is what I'm seeing. Midterm election is coming, and now you have the Democrats taking every book, and you had the liberals taking out every book they can to get Greg Abbott and Ron DeSantis out of office, and they want to put somebody like Nikki Fried in, and some freaking Democrat running for governor or something like that, and they got there's speculation that they're gonna lose the House, they're gonna lose the Senate, and now you got they bringing out every trick in the book. They bringing out every harsh thing you could call somebody, like human trafficking and kidnapping. But when it came to themselves doing something like this, they said they was helping out illegal immigrants, trying to find them a good place to live. You had Chicago, Illinois, you had New York City, you had California, you had all these blue states claiming that they were sanctuary states. DeSantis didn't want them, or Greg Abbott didn't want them, so he sent them to to the states that said they were welcome these migrants. So they said, like, you know what, let's send them over. Now all of a sudden they get into overwhelmed because it was too many, or they was not informed about the immigrants getting transported over to them. Again, it was okay when freaking Joe Biden did it to DeSantis and sent a lot of immigrants over to Florida, but when DeSantis and Abbott sent to cities that said that they will welcome these migrants, now they don't want them. Hypocrisy at its finest. Again, I'm not for this. I'm not for this at all. Just to feel about that. But the fact is, it just goes to show, like, the southern border is not secure. It's not secure at all. There's too many people. There's too many people coming through. Now when they turn, they hop in fences. They sneak their way in. It's just if you want to come in and live here, then you should come through. You should come the same way. Legal immigrants come through. They wait. They get the U.S. authorization card. They get they go through the right procedures. You got people just hopping fences, not going through the right procedures. And it's talking about like this, where you talk about the inhumane stuff that's going on with the southern border. You got these Democrats, you got these libs that say they claim that they claim they care about these migrants at the southern border, and DeSantis and Abbott should just suck it up and just take care of them. But when it comes to having them sent to states like Massachusetts, New York, and California, they don't want it because it's too much going on. They already down when it comes to jobs. The housing is not that good. They say they were welcoming them. But now all of a sudden they don't want it because it's too much to bear. Just goes to show, these guys would just all talk. They were just a big old talking point. But guys, let me know what y'all think about it in the comment section below. If you guys like what I'm saying, like and subscribe, share this video, hit the notification bell. I will see y'all next one. Peace. Also, make sure you join me on my Discord. The links are in the description below. You guys want to have a conversation, want to talk. You guys want to promote your own videos. You want to talk about gaming, movies, and TV shows, or politics. Just hit that link in the description box below, and let's have a chat. Also, make sure you follow me on my Twitch. I'll be on my Twitch sometimes, displaying games. I'll be chilling. Some new games coming out this year that I want to play, especially when it comes to Resident Evil games. And just make sure you subscribe. You subscribe there. You follow me there, and let's have some fun. Also, make sure that you do like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, because the YouTube algorithm is hurting everybody at this point, and they do not like seeing small guys like myself grow. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, because your man try to get paid here, people. It don't take nothing but a second.